If this were like the third place match or something, you'd really have to wonder who's in the finals. Alright, and they're off. To the loading screens, and cutscene, and then text mashing. Alright, and now things start for real. There's nothing to collect in this stage, so really they're just gonna be running to the right and trying to avoid most enemies. Slashing enemies while you're in the air, like the air slash causes some hit lag when you hit enemies, so they don't typically kill enemies unless they have to. And likewise, slashing enemies on the ground doesn't get hit lag, but you can't move at the same time. Yeah, then training weights are off now. He's gonna bust out his crazy SDC. Both of them getting that wall kick there. Some of the platforming in this second half of the intro is actually pretty tight. Both of them like neck and neck coming into the boss though. Ooh, Qttsix getting the better pattern. Still very close between the two though. Oh, Ariel's actually in the lead. I didn't see if Qttsix messed up a hit or not. I just saw that he got the pattern that didn't involve any flying upward. God, 10 frame lead. Yeah, this is super close. I hope they go the same route. I don't know for sure though. Alright, nice. They're both going Dragoon first. Oh, just the text match, right, yeah. I thought Qttsix would be pulling his sick SDC skills to destroy all the text boxes too. There's some slight variation in routes that you can do. For instance, it doesn't really matter when you do oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Oh, never mind. I'll remember when one of them gets there. Dragoon, though, you don't need any of the additional upgrades in order to collect any of the items in this area. You just need to do one slightly tricky jump. Ariel's coming up on it right now. Messes up a little bit, Qttsix catches up a little bit. Owl, that wasn't the one I was thinking of. Oh, Jet Stingray, that's the one that I was thinking of. That one totally doesn't matter because you ride a bike through the whole thing. Owl, I guess, also doesn't matter a whole lot when you do. You usually save them for later. You at least want Rakuhoha first. Anyway, this is the first fight in the game where you can actually make use of the Saber dash cancel. And the way this works is they programmed Zero's 3-hit Saber combo so that way you could actually use it on bosses. So the first two slashes don't actually give any invincibility frames. and when you dash, it resets the combo. And the dash has a really long startup before you actually start moving, so you can rapidly go between starting a dash and slashing, and that'll let you keep a boss from getting invincibility and just give you some really nice damage output. Yeah, only some bosses. Some bosses do goofy things, like Owl, the second slash gives him invincibility, but not the first and the third, I believe. The third one certainly doesn't. Anyway, it's getting a little ahead of ourselves. Right now they're in Cyber Peacock. This is the sort of the mandatory speedrun stage, where it tries to track your time and give you grades, but the S rank cutoff is really slow, so it would actually be kind of sad if one of them missed it. I don't know what a typical button configuration is for runners. I think people generally still like shoulder dash for this game, so maybe R dash, and the default attack button be square or something on like a PlayStation controller. Yeah, if they miss an S rank, just revoke their speedrunning license, banned forever. The S's are strictly necessary in this category though, because you need them to get the items. The sub-tank and the heart tank. Yeah, definitely not. Especially not in the finals. I don't know how many of those we even missed in the whole tournament. I still think it's probably none. Just by one? That is a pretty fun fact. I'll have to try that. Next time I'm afraid I'm beefing it too hard. Just take it slow and steady. And as Mopey pointed out earlier, some of these bosses do have weird properties. Cyber Peacock is not one of the ones that you can use SDC on. So you really just use the Ryu engine, the fire uppercut, until he does the attack that Ariel's getting right now. Then you can just repeatedly air slash. Do the grades go below B? I don't actually even know. It's like Ariel's got the slimmest of leads again. Dang, they didn't even go all the way and give you like all the normal grades. If you get B, you have to redo the section? Oh man, alright. It's a pretty harsh penalty. Imagine getting like a B in a class and having to retake it. Climbing sections of this stage are some of the most difficult. The corridors are so tight, and they're clogged with enemies pretty much at all times. Alright, Ariel makes it through that final bit without any trouble. Qttsix took one hit, really not the end of the world. I think this game just suffered from being localized in the 90s. Old video games didn't really have super good localizations. He killed Steve Irwin. Dude, too soon. Only mine. What am I fighting for? And here's the best part of the stage, the elevator. By this point in the series, the developers just gave up. No matter what they did in the Super Nintendo ones, people found a way to skip the elevator section. But in this, they made the walls unclimbable. So you actually have to just sit and watch all this happen. Ariel's extended his lead a little bit going into the boss. This is also one of the more difficult boss fights to do optimally. Looks like both of them played it reasonably safe, only using the air slashes. You can do some fancy stuff with taking some damage boosts and using saber dash cancels. Well, 2 saber swing dash cancels. For some reason, just the first slash repeated doesn't quite work so well. And Jet Stingray. You ride a bike through this whole stage. It's not the most difficult part of the game, but it can be kind of annoying. So the optimal movement here is to do a small jump and then dash. So that dash goes really fast and lasts quite a while. But you can't really control yourself very well when you're dashing. So if you dash at the wrong time, you can end up dunking yourself right into a pit. Alright, both of them made it through first section easily enough. Still really synced, like 13 minutes in. No one's broken ahead like at all. Maybe when they do a Mega Man Legends tournament, Mopey, then they'll have to add data face. Alright, there's the other item in the stage, the sub-tank. This fight's a little goofy. SDC does work on this boss, but he doesn't really give you the opportunity for a long time. Ooh, Ariel getting a nice pattern though. Qttsix as well. Really not too bad. He can kind of screw you over RNG-wise. and just keep diving or staying up high and sending out those little enemies. But coming down at around half health for both of them. Like this, the boss fight is why some people just have Jet Stingray first in their route. Just to get like the RNG of that boss out of the way immediately. Oh, we have a slight deviation here. Ariel's going slash beast, and Qttsix is going for web spider. I believe the justification here is that putting off slash beast lets you take more damage later, like throughout the stage and in the fight without dying, but getting slash beast done earlier means you don't have the ability to slash projectiles and knock them out of the air, because that gives you hit lag when that happens as well, just like when you hit an enemy. And the slash beast stage parts they function kind of like an auto-scroller. Not exactly, but they end on fixed cycles, sort of like a frame rule in Super Mario Brothers or some such. I don't know exactly how large the windows are, or how much of a mistake you can make before it actually costs you time. Meanwhile, Qttsix blew through the first part of Web Spider's stage, so I didn't really get a chance to say anything about it, but the second part, you can crash into all these bees and just jump through. You don't have to worry about them a whole lot. And coming up will be the first, or the only real item in the stage. And the Rio engine is why you want to have this stage later in the route, so you can unlock those little shortcuts. Must be listing off all the RNG and then getting a little sad because there's a lot of it. Ooh. Thanks, Spider. Who wants to try to do the quick kill anyway? Just go right into the corner. Alright. Ariel took care of slash beast, Qttsix took care of web spider. I'm not sure who's ahead. I don't remember how web spider compares to slash beast in time, but we'll see once the routes converge. Qttsix heading into Storm Owl. And Ariel's going for Frost Walrus. Walrus's stage is a little goofy. It's got ice physics all over the place, and you can kind of make use of it a little bit, but it's pretty difficult. You mostly just use the ice physics on the slopes. Meanwhile, Qttsix nicely getting through that first section. And that power-up that Ariel just got is the reason you need this stage to be pretty late in the route, because you need the double jump in order to reach that. Oh, Qttsix takes a death on the spikes. Luckily that's right near the checkpoint at the start of the area. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. I suppose he was a little too low with his air dash. Ariel getting through the ice block section. To avoid hit lag and get through this area as smoothly as possible and still pick up the items you need, he really wants to make use of the first 2 slashes of the saber combo, and occasionally the attack he got from Slash Beast, I'm blanking on its name, it's the one where he, from a dash, slashes his sword along the ground. That one can give a little extra range below 0. Meanwhile, Qttsix took care of Storm Owl. Rakuhoha does a lot of damage to him and basically ends whatever attack he's currently doing, and he just flies away. Comes back in from a different angle. Shipuga, yeah, that's what it's called. Ariel getting the double hit. After Walrus has slid all the way across the screen, then as he's starting his next attack, you can hit him and then he'll get an invincibility frame reset as the attack starts, and then you can just knock him out of it immediately. It's 2 hits for the price of 1. And he was also using some damage boost to avoid getting tons and tons of hit lag. Meanwhile, Qttsix doing a bit of damage boosting himself, getting through Slash Beast's first section. There are just so many enemies, and you can also destroy all those boxes with the saber, so it's a lot more convenient to just take a hit off one of the enemies. Just pass through them on your invincibility, because nothing really does a lot of damage in this stage. And yeah, they've taken a bit of a different route from each other. We'll see exactly where they line up once they've both finished the 8 mavs, which will be reasonably soon. They forgot to pick up the boot upgrade. Yeah, you should go back and pick the other character. Make sure they get the true 100%. Ariel's finishing up Web Spider stage. We'll see if he can get the quick kill. Qttsix's quick kill got denied. He got one little chance at trying it on the first cycle of Web Spider, but he got hit a little early and a little low. So we'll see if Ariel fares a little bit better. Ooh, Ariel not really having a whole lot of luck trying this as well. The quick kill is actually fairly difficult to pull off. You need to crash into Web Spider's little hanging thread to take some damage, and then get a mid-air jump after that, and then you can do the air slash. And you want to hit him as many times as possible before you fall away from him. And at the same time, he's also moving to his next location to drop down. Right. All Ariel has left is Storm Owl, and all Qttsix has left is Frost Walrus. So we'll see who's ahead and who's behind real soon once they've both, or once one of them finishes up the stage, I guess. See what kind of luck Qttsix has with this mini boss. Ideally, this boss doesn't go upward or clamp shut. But he clamped shut, which isn't too bad. You can just kind of keep Ryu-engineing in the corner. Is that even how you say that? You can just keep using Ryu-engine in the corner if he does that. That looked a little scary from Ariel. He did the other method of getting through that section where you do the double jump and then jump off the left, but he went pretty high. Ariel's coming into the Storm Owl fight. Qttsix finishing up the Frost Walrus stage. Didn't see those birds do any mass freezing of the stage, so that's good. Ooh, pretty nice kill from Ariel. That fight's a tricky one. If you hit Storm Owl with the second slash in the 3-hit combo, he gets full invincibility. Or he gets invincibility frames, like at all, I guess. But if you only hit him with the third slash, as long as he's still in contact with the saber, you'll just keep hitting him. And you can also hit him with a lot of the pieces of the Rakuhoha. The little Giga attack that he used in that fight. Stage just has so many enemies. Nice. Looks like both of them getting through pretty easily, actually. If you get off your rhythm at all, these sections can become really difficult, with these bouncy enemies just going all over the place. And getting a nice damage boost to reset your mid-air jump so you can just hop again. The Colonel fight is another one that has a lot of iframe resets as he's changing poses and doing attacks. So that's why you'll see them jump super high to do the ice attack, just to keep it contacting Colonel's hitbox for longer. You get hit with some hit lag, but getting tons of hits is worth it. It's not uncommon to get a bunch of double hits, but I think even triple hits are doable. Alright, everyone's favorite cutscene's coming up after this fight, but unless they've made a gentleman's agreement to both watch it, I don't think anyone will be.
Forgive me, Zero!
Ariel's maintaining his lead coming out of Iris. Qttsix making pretty quick work of Iris as well, though. Here comes the real test of RNG. This guy can be the great equalizer. Ideally, he goes up immediately into the right-hand corner and fires off his hands.
My fate is sealed.
We'll see if both runners get something like that. Oh, Ariel immediately getting the good pattern. You can do a slow SDC on his head while standing on his hand and just kill him immediately, just like that. Oh, and Qttsix is getting one of the bad patterns, coming over to the left side of the room. Alright, not too bad actually, going into the good pattern right after that. This game looks fun. I mean, it is, until you have a good time. Then it's not so fun anymore. But I suppose the same can be said for a lot of speed games. Refight stage. A lot of these fights are pretty much identical, with the exception being you would prefer not to take damage. In a lot of the first fights, you can just sort of tank whatever the boss does to you and just attack through. But here, you don't quite have that luxury. So every time you get pretty low on health, you want to go back and collect the health. Oh, Qttsix making use of the electric attack at the end of Dragoon. That does a bit more damage, and when you use it mid-combo, it actually comes out really fast as well. Oh, Ariel actually getting some good damage out of that little web spider quick kill attempt. See if Qttsix can get it as well. Ooh, maybe not. It's looking really tight. Oh, actually, yeah, he did get some good damage there. I always get a little worried when spiders that close to the wall. It's really hard to sneak in between. Spider's got the jukes too. Cyber Peacock round 2. You can't use the air slash as effectively anymore. I think it just does less damage than it did before, if I recall correctly. So you just sit and use Ryu Engine instead. I think they've been taking exactly the same path through the refights so far. So it seems like they're still really close, all things considered, with how much RNG is in this game. For them to have made it this far and still be, like, not even one boss fight apart. Stingray refight's just identical to the first fight. You can do double jumps and then the air slash to hit him when he's up in the air, and it also doubles as an effective tool for getting rid of the little baby stingrays that he spits out. Yeah, you'd have to go into Ariel's chat and ask him what his timer is all about. I think the purple is just the timer. It might turn red when he starts losing time compared to his personal best. That seems pretty standard. I don't know if anyone will fight you there. Purple is pretty swag. Oh, I see. They flipped the order on the bottom level Mavericks. Interesting. I guess they just find one or the other easier to jump to. Oh, Qttsix getting this pattern again. He didn't cut off the electric attack soon enough. If you hit him before he's touched the ground and jumped to do the little clone attack, whatever it's called, then he'll restart the previous attack, which is not ideal because it's really slow. He hangs from the wall, so you don't have a chance to use his weakness or SDC on him. Well, SSDC, because you use 2 slashes. Is it still just called Soul Body if you went the one where he jumps into the upper middle? So I know it's Soul Body when he has the little fancy colored silhouette clones. Ariel's done with the refights. Still Soul Body. Yeah, that makes it annoying to talk about. Oh yeah, you can cut him off before he starts Soul Body, and instead he'll do Soul Body. Interesting pattern. Storm Owl's given Qttsix. You really need to react right in that fight, otherwise you'll take a bonk or just not be able to do hardly any damage. Cheapest but best controller to use on PC emulator? Kind of depends on what game you want to play. There are some cheap but nice Super Nintendo style controllers, like the iBuffalo. That's one that people really like. I don't know about cheap good ones for other consoles or like twin stick games. I think Ariel just used Shipuga there to get a little bit farther forward in the cutscene. Getting hit by the head. Oh, this is the pattern you don't really want to see. Ooh, and he gets to the end. now Ariel's getting the not so good RNG. Using a sub tank, that's a good call. Alright, Junkhead Sigma taken care of. Meanwhile, we'll see what kind of luck Qttsix gets. Oh, and he's getting the junk right away. That's the pattern you want, because you can one-cycle him that way. And Qttsix came really close to doing so. Oh, and he got at the end, too. And Ariel finishes up the first race, 41:07. RaceBot's calling it as a 41:15. Junkie Sigma is an X6. I thought that was Hobo Sigma. Alright, Qttsix finishing up as well, a 41:44. RaceBot's calling it a 41:48. So that puts Ariel on match point, 0-1. Qttsix wants to win. He's got to win 2 in a row. And yeah, that was 2 nice runs. I don't think Qttsix has been active at all in this game since, like, a couple years ago when he ruled the category with an iron fist. Anytime someone bopped him, he would just take the record back in like a day. But he moved on to other games and other series. Came back for the tournament, and he's done really well for himself. Meanwhile, Ariel, the current record holder, showing that he's no slouch himself. Alright, looks like we're just gonna set up the next race channel, or reopen this current one. And once the racers are ready, we'll get going. Yeah, are you ready for round 2? Qttsix wins this one. I don't think you can make the same joke again. It's a round 3. Because you could just call that one the end, because there's nothing after that one. Oh, I was wondering why he went to this stage. Yeah, he died right at that section. Just gonna give this a couple little practice attempts. Make sure he doesn't beef it next race. Oh, I think the game audio is coming from Ariel's stream, and right now he's tabbed out, so X4 is completely inactive. The music will be back once Ariel has the game back in focus. He'll probably do that at the latest once he's .readied in the SRL chat. Alright, and both of the racers are ready. Get the second match started in a moment. No, it's not too hard to get X4 running on Windows 7. It's an old game though, so you'll want to use something like DXWND or D3D Windower or something like that to play in a window, unless you like full screen 640 by 480 resolution. And you'll need to find the video codec if you want to watch the cutscenes, because it's a pretty old one. You probably don't have it, but it's not super difficult to find if you just look up the message you get when one tries to play. Full screen 640, 480, talk dirty. X4 is a pretty fun game to run, actually. It's probably not too bad of a game to start with if you haven't played before. Anyway, they're off in the intro stage again. Doing some nice SDC or SSDC on the wall. Break that apart as quick as possible. This time it's Qttsix, a little bit of a lead coming out of first half of the intro. Oh yeah, what Mopey said. That seems to fix a lot of the problems I've seen people have with it. Like, are you running it as administrator? A moment of silence as they try and go, oh, okay, I fixed it. Over here, Iris is tripped. Mash through some text and then move on to the boss. Ooh, they're getting reverse patterns this time. Ariel got the ideal one and Qttsix got the short flight. And yeah, this is basically flipped from last run. Qttsix has a tiny bit of a lead. X2 does have some rough parts to it, yeah. More than X4, I'd say. Even the movement, I think, is a bit more difficult in X2. In the PlayStation X games, you can actually just hold the dash button and jump. Just like repeatedly jump everywhere, and those are all dash jumps. But in the Super Nintendo games, you have to time the dash inputs either with the jump or right before the jump. I wouldn't say Wire Sponge is worse than General because Wire Sponge is at the beginning, so it almost doesn't matter how bad he is. Like, it's actually just 3 minutes into the game. It gets aggravating if you have to do the first 3 minutes like 10 times in a row, but it's a lot better than like the first 30 minutes. Like, oh gosh, this guy just doesn't want me to win. Yeah, I think I never knew that as a kid. I had to learn that later. Both racers taking care of Magma Dragoon pretty easily. And they're actually really synced up. Even more synced than at the start of the stage, and they weren't even very far apart. How are they? Oh, yeah, I can explain that again, since it is a new run. It's called SDC, or Saber Dash Cancel, or Slash Dash Cancel, or whatever the S is supposed to stand for. And the way Zero's attacks work is they wanted to program it so his 3-hit combo is effective on bosses. So the first 2 hits don't trigger invincibility generally. So what you can do is you can start a dash and that will reset the combo. So you can repeatedly do the first slash, start a dash, and then just slash again. And that's actually pretty easy to do because the dash has a really long startup time before Zero starts moving. So you can just kind of go back and forth between those 2 inputs without going anywhere. So as long as you get your spacing right, you can just go completely ham on the boss. And yeah, I kind of do like Cyber Peacock stage, even though it's really easy. It's at least different conceptually. Kind of force you to go fast, and everything in your way is like super designed to slow you down. Like those big yellow orbs that just trap you for a long time. Yeah, you can SDC too fast. That has more to do with how Zero's Saber comes out, like the way the hitboxes work. Because it's like above him first, and then in front of him. So if you're doing a slash and dash like 1 frame apart, then you're not hitting anything unless it's like directly above you. But if you wait 2 frames, then I think you actually deal good damage in front of you. Qttsix has the lead going into Cyber Peacock. I'm not actually sure of the 2 ground patterns which one you want to see more of. If you'd rather him do the big peacock tail spread attack thing, or if you'd rather him just teleport on top of you and then jump up. The most ideal attack, though, is the one that I think, yeah, Ariel got at the end there, where he's just hovering in place and he doesn't disappear for a while. Yeah, it makes sense, Mopey. That was my intuitive understanding of it, but I wasn't super sure. how they compared to one another. 'Cause you still do have to wait out the invincibility. I don't know. Either way, Qttsix maintaining his lead. Both of them doing better on this climbing section than they did last time, I believe. Oop, never mind, spoke too soon. Ariel beefed it a little bit. But only right at the end, and he didn't even get hit out of it. Time for the quick kill on this guy. This can be kind of scary, because you want to jump down on those spikes. And those spikes will kill you in one hit. So you just want to bonk on the boss instead. Commentator's curse. Yeah, dude, I ruined it. I should only talk about what happened like half a stage ago. I want my sync. It is really nice when they're super synced up. I'd be satisfied if they just used the same route, personally. I'm not gonna get too greedy. Yeah, the stair sections are kind of difficult, really. Like, they shouldn't be, but it's hard to tell exactly where you are at any given time. Because it's just a looping background of stairs. I didn't know you can cancel the sound of the elevator going in the menu. It sounds like it's worth doing. Once again, both runners having pretty much no trouble at all with Mushroom. Just making good use of all the air slashes. Ariel won the first race. You can see the score. Here at least you should be able to see the score at the bottom. 0-1, just Qttsix to Ariel. Yeah, that going back to the main menu tech would really make things goofy. Like, how would you even compare to the PlayStation version anymore if you're able to do that? Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah, if you're on like mobile quality or whatever, yeah, feel free to ask. I'm sure this stage looks really nice on 160p. Lots of explosions and fast-moving stuff. Stage doesn't look so hot. Somehow I'm not surprised. Oh yeah, totally. Doesn't affect anything except audio. It's sort of like in the DOS version of Mega Man X, you can turn off the music and sound effects, and that just stops the jingle from happening. So you just save all of the time from every jingle. Qttsix keeping his lead out of Jet Stingray. Disabling sound effects. Nice. I didn't know you could even do that in the PlayStation 1 Crash Bandicoot. Alright, and once again they've deviated from each other. They'll meet up after the 8 maps. I think like from here on out they have a pretty different order from one another. Right now, Qttsix getting through Web Spider's first half of the stage. That waterfall and log section can be kind of annoying because you end up climbing it so fast that you're off screen a bit by the end. Yeah, the stages look really nice, actually. They weren't messing around when they upped the hardware from Super Nintendo to PlayStation. Like a lot of the 2D sprite-based games on PlayStation look really nice. Crazy how much detail they could get out of really low resolution stuff still. Oh, Qttsix has a good opportunity. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Ah, Spider went up fast on that cycle though. Could have got a lot more damage. Now he has to do like a kind of a normal fight from here. Meanwhile, Ariel's coming up on Slash Beast. He has a good amount of health, so I wouldn't be too worried about him dying. We'll see if Commentator's Curse ruins it though. Alright, nice. Takes care of him with a bit of health to spare. Meanwhile, Qttsix going into Storm Mallow stage. First half of the stage is pretty straightforward. You grab the mech right away and then you kind of fly over anything that's super difficult and shoot the stuff that actually gets in your way. Yeah, Mega Man 8 has some really nice animations. And even better voice acting than X4. Nice, and Qttsix able to end the stage in the mech. For whatever reason, if you're not in the mech, you have to land on the ground and then you teleport up. But if you're in the ride armor, then you'll just teleport directly from wherever the ride armor was to the top of the screen. That's why everyone always stays in the ride armor as long as possible, unless they mess up a jump or end up hovering somewhere weird. Ariel coming up on the RNG mini-boss in Walrus's stage. We'll see how annoying this guy wants to be to Ariel. Just gets a little clamp shut. Oh, then it's the good pattern immediately after. Like that. The way that attack works is the claw will kind of stay in place for a little while, and then pull back, and then ram the wall forward. But Ryu Engine kills it so fast it doesn't actually do anything. Ariel coming into the Walrus fight, and Qttsix going into Slash Beast stage. Walrus fight can be pretty annoying because he has an enormous hitbox, and his weakness is the fire uppercut, and you don't want to hit him with it like a lot of times in a row, just because he has invincibility, and every time you contact him with the attack, you get 5 frames of hit lag. Ariel not quite getting the double hit, 2 for 1, but he did get the iframe reset, so he was able to just hit him right away after taking a bonk. Qttsix and Slash Beast stage. The first and second half, these train sections kind of work on a frame rule kind of basis. So timing through the first couple auto-scroller-y sections doesn't vary a whole lot. As long as you don't make any huge mistakes. Yeah, there's been some good spider fights, just no true quick kill yet. Like, ideally you would kill him before he starts his second phase, just because it has such a long startup to it. But that's not super realistic to get. It seems pretty rare actually, but getting a lot of damage is really nice. Qttsix taking care of Slash Beast. Got health to spare. And we'll see how Ariel fares in the spider fight. He gets a pretty nice amount of damage in above the screen. If Spider exits the screen on invincibility, then he'll lose invincibility off screen, and he won't get more invincibility until after he comes down again. So you want to like hit him, climb above him, and then bonk into him and try to just kill him off screen. Oh, that was a really nice setup, but you know, Spider being Spider went as far away as possible to avoid getting killed. Meanwhile, Qttsix making his way through Walrus's stage. He got the heart pretty cleanly, and I think he also got the despawn on the big enemy that's normally in the way. Oh, are you still getting network error? Oh, I shouldn't even ask that. That's a dumb question if you are, because you can't even answer it. Oh, Qttsix getting this annoying attack. Oh, well. I guess that worked out alright. Ooh. Doing the air slash in this ice block section is kind of scary. Just because you can end up going places you didn't really want to go, like destroying all of the floor underneath you. Like there's a whole bottom section to the stage that just you would never know from a speedrun because no one has ever any reason to go down there. Qttsix getting the double hit. Ariel just tanking a hit there. Ooh, wrong side. Dude, getting that hit right there prevented him from killing Owl before the next cycle of attack. But he killed him right away at the start, so it didn't really matter a whole lot. Qttsix is ahead going into Colonel stage. Ariel's just now finishing up the 8 navs. And this stage is just completely filled with those bouncing enemies. Oh, messing up the damage boost strat a little bit. The window on that can be a little tight. You want to be fairly low getting hit so you can make sure you cut that corner. Ooh, a triple hit.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
Really nice kernel fight for Qttsix. I don't think he even got a whole lot of hit lag from too much contact with the ice stab move. I don't remember what that one's called anymore. If they just had intuitive English names. Ooh, Qttsix making a bit of a movement error and getting an extra hit there, but he got a big health drop from the final enemy, so it's actually okay. Ice Fury Slash. Yeah, I need like a cheat sheet with all the special moves from Zero. General decides who wins. That's X4, dude.
Forgive me, Zero.
Qttsix's Iris fight went off the rails a little bit. You want to keep that gem thing from going too far up. So you can do tiny jumps and every couple of hits throw in a Ryu engine. But Iris flew up a little bit on Qttsix, so that strat was probably not the best choice. Would have just dragged Iris even farther up. Qttsix got an okay general last time. Yeah, one non-good attack and then into the good pattern. Not sure what that Rakuhoha was about. A little premature on that one. Oh, no dude, this is just RNG manipulation to get this good pattern right away. Wow, 2 in a row, Ariel gets the good pattern. And Ariel somehow takes the lead. I wasn't looking exactly at how Qttsix messed up the good pattern there. It looks like he was just barely. I think he didn't quite kill him before getting bonked. But that's crazy that they both got like, immediately good RNG. And they're pretty synced going into refights. Ariel's taking a lot of damage after Dragoon. So he'll lose a bit of time compared to Qttsix on the pickup. I don't know exactly what the timing is like on the health refills in this game. Oh, Ariel actually gets the quick kill. Just straight up annihilates Web Spider. Qttsix has another opportunity. It's a shame that once Spider's decided to use this attack when he's below half, that even if you're still above the screen, he just gets his invincibility immediately. Oh, Qttsix got the frame perfect. Right as you're coming out of that loading screen, going into the capsules, you have one frame that you can do an action. You can like do an attack or jump or something. And he did a Rakuhoha. And yeah, the quick kill on Spider is always really nice to see. Like, the start of Phase 2 just takes so long. You got a pretty reasonable pattern on the Stingray refight. See how Qttsix's goes. Getting some dives. Alright, and there we go. I don't know how many Ariel got. Qttsix just got one dive. Really not the worst. Stingray can just go ham doing dives all over the place. Did Qttsix just get another one of the frame perfects? Just right at the start, do a move. Alright, yeah, looks like they keep the same boss order, except they flip Slash Beast and split Mushroom. But that's nice of them, we can kind of tell who's ahead. Ooh, nice. Qttsix looked like he was just barely avoiding some of that damage. Taking a lot of damage later in the refights sucks, because you're pretty much guaranteed to take damage on Walrus. Just with how the strat for the fight goes. To avoid hit lag, you want to crash into him. Ariel on the final Maverick of the refights, Storm Owl. This fight isn't typically very dangerous, so I think he has a totally reasonable amount of health to make this work. Especially with the invincibility you gain from doing Raku Hoa, you can sort of ignore attacks that come at you, as long as you're doing that attack. I think this is at least the second time we've seen Qttsix get that exact pattern, where he just dives back and forth, staying at the top of the screen. Pretty unusual to see that frequently, I think. Storm Owl usually wants to attack you. Ariel just a couple doors ahead of Qttsix. Oh, did he? I know Qttsix took a death last run on Storm Owl stage. I don't remember seeing a death from either of them this go around. Alright, nice. Ariel took care of the first two forms of Sigma with taking hardly any damage, really. Time for the end.
Tremble with terror, you are finished!
Oh, when Ariel gets this pattern again. The wind instead of the junk. Maybe I shouldn't call it wind because it's the head causing it. It's just like a gross breath. Oh, and he gets at the end again. This is the same pattern he got last time. Qttsix is getting the junk. Oh, but he's not getting the one cycle. Getting pretty close considering that was not quite how it's supposed to look. Ariel's junk head Sigma's dead. Ooh, another the end, but he gets him. Burp attack. Oh, that's quite a burp to last that long. Ariel's finishing up. He gets 40-43. That's a really good time. Sub 41 in a race. Qttsix ends with a 41.03. That's a really good run too. But with that, ArielRx is the MMX4 100% champion. Yeah, General and Spider quick kill. Really did well for him. Maybe can't really blame General too much though, because they both got the same pattern. Qttsix just beefed it a little bit. And yeah, the third, fourth place match still has to be played. Someone's getting Steam messages. Looks like Ariel's gonna hop in for an interview.
So, this is what happened to me. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, shit.
Oh, congrats, Ariel.
Thank you, thank you.
Good job on the spider quick kill.
Yeah, where I just got there. I almost could help PB that by 2 seconds if I got the double single cycle, but didn't happen.
Yeah, both runs you got a really dumb pattern on the final Sigma fight.
On Sigma. Well,
The end and then the wind blowing. And hey, Qttsix, congrats on second place. There was a couple of really good runs by both of you.
Yeah, that was decent. Expected last stupid mistake though. Yeah, overall, like I already do my best I could. Like the second match, I feel like I didn't get like most of like it's like it's kind of hard to say though. Overall, I already did some mistake at the general because I just missed the quick kill. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was really close. He had like 1 health left.
Whoa. That
Yep.
sucked.
Yep. And overall, just RNG was very decent, but just not good enough. No spider quick kills is like 20 seconds behind already. So there is no chance I can. Like I even didn't get the double one cycle though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you came pretty close to getting 1 cycles on both runs though.
Yeah, but it depends. It depends like how lucky you got, because with that I say I call it big face Sigma though. So it depends like how he draw his rock.
Yeah.
Stone.
How he's throwing the junk at you.
Yeah. So like even you got a lot good RNG, you still need get a chance. Like if he didn't like hit you, so it's just all about RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I blame myself for failing that, even though I got the pattern. But sometimes I think it's just RNG, the way that he throws the jumps at you.
Yep.
That's another thing too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if every piece of junk is just more RNG. What angle it gets thrown at you.
What a game.
Hey, reminder in Mega Man X still get a lot of RNG to farm like sub 32, even sub 31, 30. Yeah, that, like in X series, most of the game just got too many RNG. Like you just do consistent and believe RNG is a wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you do need a little faith in your speed runs.
Hell yeah.
Well, that is very good tournament like I have been seeing. Yeah, just got catch very many good runner in this match and like make a very hype highlight. Like I've seen like Sparrow and his matcher do very close, like not even, it's like only 0.6 seconds behind. So that was so hype I have been seeing in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys were neck and neck for a huge amount of both of those runs. Like, couldn't have asked for a closer final, even if it was a 2-0.
Yep.
I was a little nervous at first, but like once I won the first game, I kind of felt like a little better, like more confidence.
Yeah, like just relax a bit. Like, okay, I think I can
relaxed a little bit. Yeah. then after I got the general, I was even more relaxed. I was like, oh yeah, I might win. And then I got the quick. Oh hell yeah!
You got the spider quick kill. Just oh boy, hell yeah.
Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, I hope like next tournament they would get more runners. Like it's kind of shown that Luis have been practicing like very long time and they get a very good PB. Like it's 42 to 26 with third place and Headfield and Lodi Mass. It's kind of shown in this tournament that we didn't see those good runners. Also,
yeah, I invited that guy, but he dumped.
Yeah. Hadfield hasn't played in a long time, and I don't think he even really likes tournaments. But Louise was going to join, but he had some real-life circumstances he had to deal with, so he just wasn't able to join in this one.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
But anyway, what's up next for you guys? You guys gonna try to fight for the record in X4, or you got other big plans?
It's Qttsix.
I'm so glad to see like Ariel did much of practice in this game and get the first play. Like not even if he get first play or not. Like in few years ago, he was still a viewer in my channel and watch my stream, and And in that later, I just got, wow, Ariel, you got very good time in X4 or even in other games. So I was very surprised and very happy to see. Oh yeah, we got more good runners, and to join this series. So I'm so glad to see that.
Has been a long road for me.
And I'm so excited if I can match with you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, as
So
for
you're
finals,
saying is we need to have a salty run back real soon.
No. Maybe just do like for sometimes if I would like to run X4 again, because in these days I just practice before the match. Like few days ago, maybe just 2 or 1 day, because this game I have been playing like over than 3 years, so it's very easy to do something rules and practice to get like level before I was do very many times attempt just in that days. So yeah.
Yeah, it'd been a while since I'd seen you actively running, so I was kind of curious how you would do in this tournament. I wasn't sure if I expected you to go all the way or to burn out a little earlier, but you did really impressive for coming in pretty cold on this game again.
Yeah, it's good enough. Second place is good enough for me. Well, but with some tournaments, like at this many of RNG is just the fun thing, like people watch. So I do not really care about RNG. So yeah, just enjoy the tournament.
well, as for finals, I wanna give a couple shout outs to my boy Guys Nathane and also my boy Lolly Matt. Both of them helped me a lot through this game, so I'm pretty thankful for having those friends.
I'm probably gonna like back to 03 later some days, cause no RNG.
Oh, by the way, my next
No
goal,
RNG.
No
my next
RNG.
goal on this game is just to go play any percent and go get sub 40. That's my goal for now.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Maybe do some ending, Zen.
Yeah, hang on, let me see if I can find out what's coming up next on Speed Gaming.
Oh, I see.
I know a link to it somewhere. Here we go. Speed Gaming schedule. Looks like coming up next we have A Link to the Past, No Major Glitches, although that was scheduled to start 15 minutes ago, so that might have been bumped to a different channel.
Whoops.
Either way, that's all for the X4 finals. Look forward to the 3rd, 4th place match coming up at some
that's
point.
right. Yeah, that's
I don't know if
that's
that's been
definitely-
scheduled yet, but that should be coming up sometime soon. And that'll be the final match of the tournament.
Yeah, let's still have bonus match with between HK's Nepal and the Keanu. So this tournament still not over yet. It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. But yeah, on the other Speed Gaming channels, there's some A Link to the Past, Metroid Fusion, Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland, and even coming up tonight is Zelda 1. So a lot of cool stuff. Thanks for watching, and well, that's all for now.
bye bye.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure.
thanks for raise and thanks for comment and shout out for all the tournament stuff. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.